Hey everyone. I know this might sound strange. For decades we've all been told, drink more water. It's good for you. But here's a surprising truth. Most men over 50 are drinking water the wrong way, especially when it comes to their sexual health. They're drinking it at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, and sometimes even the wrong type. Asterisk. But if you fix this one simple mistake, you can dramatically improve your circulation, boost your energy, and yes, enhance your erections. In this video, I'll explain why water is so vital for your sexual function, how gradual dehydration silently sabotages your performance, and how to drink water correctly to support strong, lasting erections after 50. By the end of this video, you'll see why I call water one of the most underrated performance enhancers in the world. Asterisk. Let's start with a simple, but often overlooked fact. An erection is, at its core, a hydraulic event. Think about it. Just as a garden hose needs water pressure to work, your erectile tissue needs a steady, powerful flow of blood to fill, expand, and stay firm. The key point here is that your blood is mostly water. If you don't have enough water in your system, your blood volume drops, circulation slows down, and that perfect pressure you need for a full erection is compromised. Asterisk dehydration and the silent cycle of sabotage. Asterisk. This isn't just a theory. I've seen it time and again with my patients. Men who are chronically mildly dehydrated often describe their erections as being weaker, slower to build, or fading quickly. When you're not drinking enough water, your body isn't just a little thirsty. It shifts into a kind of conservation mode, survival setting that prioritizes blood supply to the brain, heart, and other vital organs. Unfortunately, in this survival hierarchy, your penis isn't at the top of the list. Even if your mind is in the mood, your body literally may not be able to send enough blood to create and sustain firmness. This is before we even talk about how much energy is lost when your cells are dehydrated, which can directly suppress your libido from the start. Asterisk. There's another hidden issue. Dehydration thickens your blood. Imagine pouring water through a straw. Easy, right? Now imagine trying to push syrup through that same straw. Thicker blood has a harder time moving quickly through your arteries, especially the smaller ones that supply the penis. Asterisk, and this is where age adds another challenge. After 50, blood vessels tend to be less flexible due to natural changes in collagen, nitric oxide production, and potential plaque buildup. So if the arteries are already a bit stiffer, the last thing you need is slow, sticky blood struggling to flow through them. The result is that you might notice erections that feel half-hearted, ones that take more effort to achieve, or ones that disappear before you're ready. It's not necessarily a hormone issue or a mental block. Sometimes it's as fundamental as your body trying to run a hydraulic system without enough fluid in the pipes. Asterisk. The beautiful part is, this is one of the easiest problems to fix once you know how. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. I'll just drink more water. And while that's a good instinct, here's the surprising truth. Most men aren't just drinking too little water. They're also drinking it the wrong way. Asterisk. One of the biggest mistakes is the panic chug. This is when a man realizes he hasn't had enough water all day, and then suddenly downs 2 or 3 big glasses at once, especially right before intimacy. The idea is to flood the system, but in reality, this can do more harm than good. Why? Because rapidly drinking a lot can dilute the sodium in your blood too quickly, a condition called hyponatremia. It doesn't just leave you feeling bloated. It can cause headaches, dizziness, and even muscle weakness. On top of that, that massive water intake puts extra pressure on your bladder. Instead of focusing on intimacy, you're distracted by the urge to urinate. That's not exactly the kind of performance improvement you're looking for. Asterisk. Another common error is what I call the desert and flood cycle. This happens when you drink nothing for hours, leaving yourself withered like a plant in the sun, and then try to compensate for it in the evening with a couple of glasses at once. The problem is your body thrives on consistency. Your cells, blood vessels, and yes, your erectile tissues function best when they are steadily hydrated throughout the day. A prolonged drought followed by a flood sends your system from one extreme to another, which is stressful for your kidneys, your heart, and your circulatory system. Asterisk, and here's something most people don't realize. Thirst is a delayed indicator. If you're waiting to drink until you feel thirsty, you're already behind. By the time your brain sends that thirst signal, your body has already adjusted to a state of mild dehydration. Blood flow has slowed, and your erectile tissues may already be operating at a lower than maximum capacity. That's why simply listening to thirst isn't enough for peak sexual health. If you're over 50, your body is also less efficient at conserving and distributing water than when you were younger. This means dehydration hits you harder and affects your performance faster. Asterisk. Smarter hydration. The strategy for peak performance, asterisk, the solution isn't just more water. It's smarter water. Drinking at the right times and the right amounts ensures your system always has what it needs for both daily function and those private moments. Here's exactly what I recommend. So simple, you might be tempted to dismiss it, but don't. Asterisk 1. Start the morning with a tall glass of water. And I mean tall. At least 300 to 400 milliliters. Within 20 minutes of waking up, think about what your body has been doing all night. You've been breathing, lightly sweating, and filtering waste through your kidneys for 7 to 8 hours without a single drop of fluid. You wake up in a mildly dehydrated state, whether you feel it or not. That morning glass acts as the first flush of the day for your system, rehydrates your cells, wakes up your blood vessels, signals your kidneys to start efficiently removing toxins that have built up overnight. Since an erection relies on healthy blood circulation, this early rehydration is like priming a pump before you run it. Asterisk. If you want to make that morning glass of water even more powerful for vascular health, I recommend adding a tiny pinch knot. A pile of Himalayan pink salt and the juice of half a fresh lemon. That combination isn't just for flavor. The natural minerals in the salt, like magnesium and potassium, help restore the electrolyte balance essential for proper muscle contraction and nerve function, including the smooth muscles in your arteries that allow blood to rush into the penis. The lemon provides vitamin C, a potent antioxidant that helps protect nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly in your blood. Nitric oxide is the gas your body produces to relax blood vessels, allowing them to expand. Protecting it means stronger, longer-lasting erections. 2. The steady drip. From there, the strategy shifts to what I call the steady drip. Instead of relying on a couple of large intakes of water throughout the day, aim to sip smaller amounts, about a half a glass every 45 to 60 minutes. Think of this like keeping your garden hose under steady pressure, instead of turning it off for hours and then turning it on full blast. Slow and steady hydration keeps your blood volume optimal, preventing the sluggishness that comes with mild dehydration and allowing your cardiovascular system to operate at its best all day long. This is especially important if you're planning for physical activity. And yes, intimacy absolutely counts as physical activity. Well-hydrated muscles, including your pelvic floor muscles, not only perform better, they also recover faster. And the pelvic floor is critical in intimacy. It's what controls the rigidity of your erection, your ability to sustain it, and the strength of your climax. If those muscles are fatigued, tight, or dehydrated, performance suffers. Asterisk 3. The pre-intimacy. Pause. Now, here's a tip my male patients really appreciate. If you know you'll be intimate later in the evening, continue your steady sipping throughout the day, but stop drinking large amounts, about 45 minutes beforehand. That gives your body enough time to process that last intake without leaving you distracted by a full bladder when things are heating up. You'll still have the benefits of hydrated blood vessels and responsive muscles, but without that awkward pause for a trip to the bathroom. Asterisk hydration's deeper role, hormones and nerve signaling. Asterisk, we've talked a lot about blood flow. Role in sexual health goes deeper to hormones and nerve signaling. Testosterone production is a multi-step process that relies heavily on healthy kidney and adrenal gland function. Your kidneys filter the blood, maintain electrolyte balance, regulate fluid levels in a way that directly supports hormone stability. The adrenal glands, located right above the kidneys, are partially responsible for producing testosterone precursors. When your body is dehydrated, both of these systems have to work harder just to keep you alive. That stress response triggers more cortisol production, your primary stress hormone. And unfortunately, cortisol and testosterone don't get along. High cortisol suppresses testosterone production, which over time can decrease your sex drive, energy levels, and overall sexual performance. Asterisk. And then there's the electrical side of things. Nerve function. Erections aren't simply about pushing blood into the penis. They're about sending an incredibly precise chain of signals from your brain down your spinal cord through your pelvic nerves and into the smooth muscles of the penis. Those signals need to be fast, strong, and well coordinated. When you're dehydrated, the fluid balance in and around your nerve cells is altered, which can slow down those impulses. The result is a delay in arousal, less spontaneous erections, or even difficulty maintaining it because the communication lines are lagging. Staying hydrated keeps the sodium-potassium pumps in your nerve cells working efficiently, which is what allows signals to travel quickly and without distortion. That's why a well-hydrated man often describes his erections as just happening more easily rather than having to work hard to make them happen. It's the difference between a smooth, high-speed internet connection and a buffering video. Asterisk hydration also supports the synthesis of nitric oxide at the cellular level. Nitric oxide is what translates that nerve signal into a physical erection. By telling your penile arteries to open up, so when you combine steady daily rehydration, smart electrolyte support, and a diet rich in nitric oxide-friendly nutrients, you're giving both the hardware and the software of your sexual system the best possible chance to perform. Asterisk, the compounding effect. Water and a healthy lifestyle. Asterisk, some men tell me confidently, "Oh, I drink plenty of water." But when I dig a little deeper and start asking exactly what they're drinking, the truth emerges. A large portion of it is in the form of coffee, tea, soda, or even alcohol. While these beverages contain water, they also have compounds that can work against you. Coffee and black tea, for example, are mild diuretics. They stimulate your kidneys to flush out fluid faster, which means for every cup you drink, you might be losing more water than you think. Alcohol takes it a step further, suppresses a hormone that helps your body retain water, leading to more frequent urination and in turn, faster dehydration. The tricky part is that mild dehydration doesn't always feel dramatic. You might not feel parched or dizzy, but your body can still be at a deficit. Asterisk. One of the most reliable ways to check is by looking at your urine color, a pale straw yellow. Color usually means you're well hydrated. But if it's consistently a darker yellow, your body is waving a flag that it needs more fluids. Another sign many men overlook is that mid-afternoon slump, that heavy, sluggish feeling where your eyelids start to droop. Often it's not just low energy or hunger. It's your body trying to conserve resources because your blood volume is slightly down. A dry mouth is an obvious red flag, but one of the lesser-known clues is muscle cramps, especially in the calves or thighs at night. You might assume it's due to aging or overuse, but cramps are often linked to both dehydration and a lack of electrolytes, like magnesium and potassium. Without enough fluid, your muscles don't contract and relax smoothly. It's making them more likely to seize up while you're resting. And here's one more subtle but important sign: weaker or fewer morning erections. Since nighttime and early morning erections rely heavily on optimal blood flow and nerve signaling, dehydration can decrease their frequency and rigidity without you even realizing why. Asterisk now. This is where the real magic happens. Water on its own is powerful, but when you pair proper hydration with other performance-enhancing habits, you multiply the benefits. Think of it like upgrading your engine and your fuel at the same time. Circulation-friendly foods like beets, spinach, berries, and salmon help keep your arteries supple, reduce inflammation, and enhance nitric oxide production. When your body is well hydrated, these nutrients can be delivered more efficiently too. The tissues that need them, including those in your pelvic region. Physical activity is another ally. Even something as simple as a 20-minute brisk walk increases blood flow to the lower half of your body, improving nutrient delivery and waste removal from your muscles and erectile tissue. But here's the crucial point. If you're dehydrated, that exercise benefit is cut short. Your blood is thicker, your heart is working harder, and your muscles fatigue faster. Proper hydration ensures that the increased circulation from exercise actually reaches your pelvic muscles and erectile tissue in full force. Asterisk, and we can't forget sleep. It's because without quality rest, all of this effort starts to crumble. Body produces most of its testosterone during the deepest phases of sleep. And dehydration can sabotage that process in two ways. First, it can cause you to wake up more frequently, either from thirst or from an elevated heart rate as your body tries to compensate for lower blood volume. Second, dehydration can increase nighttime urination, breaking up those longer deep sleep cycles even further. The result is lower testosterone, poorer recovery, weaker morning performance. Asterisk, when you drink water consistently throughout the day, it's not too much at once, but consistently, you're doing more than just quenching a thirst. Laying the foundation for better circulation, stronger erections, and higher testosterone. Add in the right foods, regular activity, and quality sleep. And you have a powerful formula, not just for better sexual health, but for better overall vitality as you age. Asterisk, gentlemen, I've seen men in their 50s, 60s, even 70s transform their intimacy and energy levels by making this one change. Water isn't just about avoiding thirst. It's about fueling the very systems that make you feel alive, confident, and capable. When you hydrate consistently, you are giving your heart, your blood vessels, your nerves, your hormones, the conditions they need to perform at their best. Asterisk, so, tomorrow morning, start with that glass of water. Drink consistently throughout the day and take note over the next week or two as your energy lifts, your mood improves, and yes, your erections become more reliable. Small changes add up, and this one costs nothing, has no side effects, and benefits your entire body. Asterisk, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever tried changing your water intake, and what were the results? Asterisk, if you found this video helpful, please hit subscribe to Men's Health Revival and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on valuable advice to help you live healthy and vibrant. See you in the next video.